In a quiet city where people were always moving but rarely felt at peace, lived a 27-year-old man named Ethan. From the outside, his life looked stable and normal. He had a job, a place to live, and enough to get through each month. But inside his mind, there was constant noise. His thoughts never rested. Every morning began with worry, and every night ended with regret. He replayed old mistakes again and again, and imagined future failures that had not even happened. His mind was always somewhere else, never where his body was. Ethan was not tired because he worked too much. He was tired because his mind never stopped working. Even when he sat quietly, his thoughts were loud. He worried about falling behind in life, about decisions he could not change, and about expectations he felt he could never meet. Happiness felt temporary, like something fragile that disappeared as soon as he noticed it. Slowly, without realizing it, Ethan forgot how it felt to truly relax. Smiling became difficult. Sleeping became harder. Silence felt uncomfortable. One evening, after another exhausting day, Ethan walked without direction. His feet carried him to an old park at the edge of the city. It was a forgotten place where time seemed slower. He sat alone on a bench, staring at the ground, lost in his thoughts. After a long while, an elderly man sat beside him. The man moved slowly and spoke softly. His presence felt calm, almost unreal in such a noisy world. After a moment of silence, the old man spoke. He said that Ethan looked exhausted, but not in his body. He said the exhaustion was in his mind. Ethan was surprised. No one had ever described him so clearly. He admitted that he could not stop thinking, no matter how hard he tried. The old man nodded and told him that he was living everywhere except the present moment. Those words stayed with Ethan long after the man walked away. The next day, Ethan returned to the park, hoping to see the old man again. He did. This time, the man invited him to walk. They walked slowly, without hurry. Suddenly, the old man stopped and placed a small pocket watch into Ethan's hand. He told him to hold it, but not to look at the time. Ethan felt confused, but as they continued walking, Ethan became aware of the weight of the watch, the feeling of it resting in his palm, and the rhythm of his breathing. Without realizing it, his thoughts began to slow down. He was not thinking about yesterday or worrying about tomorrow. For the first time in years, his mind felt quiet. When the old man asked what he had been thinking about, Ethan paused and realized the answer surprised him. He had not been thinking at all. He was simply walking. The old man smiled and explained that this was presence. When attention stays with what is real, the noise fades away. Over the next few days, Ethan kept meeting the old man. Each meeting brought a simple task. Sometimes it was focusing on breathing. Sometimes it was listening to sounds without naming them. Some days were difficult, and his thoughts returned stronger than before. Other days, peace came naturally. One day, frustrated, Ethan asked why his mind always tried to escape the present moment. The old man replied that the mind is addicted to control, and the present moment cannot be controlled, only experienced. That sentence changed something inside Ethan. He realized that he had been fighting his thoughts instead of understanding them. From that moment on, he stopped judging himself for thinking too much. He allowed thoughts to come and go without chasing them. Slowly, his life began to change. His problems did not disappear, but they no longer controlled him. Stress still appeared, but it did not rule his decisions. Fear still existed, but it no longer decided his future. One evening, Ethan thanked the old man and told him that he had not given answers, but awareness. The old man smiled and said that peace was never missing. Ethan had simply never been present long enough to feel it. That night, Ethan walked home with a lighter heart. The city was the same, but he was different. He had learned that peace does not come from fixing life. It comes from being present within it. This is the truth many people miss. We do not suffer because life is difficult. We suffer because our minds refuse to stay where life is happening, right now. If this story made you reflect, take a moment to notice where your mind is at this very moment. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, share it with someone who needs peace, and subscribe for more meaningful stories. Until next time, stay present and stay at peace.